Welcome to the OA Dynasty Forum.
Here at OA Dynasty Forum, we talk about the process that is involved on every journey to success, and we're there to lay it all bare.
Expect to be informed, transformed, and blessed as you come on this journey with us. Enjoy the journey.
Hi everyone! Welcome back to OA Dynasty Forum. My name is Anthony.
And my name is Tolu. And if you're a returning subscriber, we are so glad to have you back. And if you're just watching our video for the first time, or you have been watching and have not subscribed, please click on the subscribe button.
Do the needful.
Alright, so in our previous episode we spoke about life as new immigrants in Canada, and of course this is part of our process to success, and we thought it's important to actually share certain things that people don't get to see, right? People most times you only get to see all the rosy sides of the life,
the tush side.
Exactly, but it's also important to share some of the behind the scenes. So this episode we're going to continue by talking about how we survived on I was earning minimum wage. Yes.
Minimum wage. I think 10.25 or something.
10.50, then it moved to 10.75, then it moved to 11.25, then it moved to 12.
That's in Canadian dollars.
Yes. Yeah. So how we survived, on minimum wage as a couple in Canada.
Yeah, so just to give a little bit of perspective to that, I came in as a PhD student, although I was on full scholarship, but part of the scholarship is to pay my tuition, and whatever is left is to pay for my accommodation and to eat, to buy clothes, to move around, and oh my. So I was okay when I was alone. I was alone for about 11 months. I was doing very well, but when my wife joined me, we had to go look for a 2-bedroom apartment. So the
bills increased.
Our rent went up, and of course we had to pay the bills ourselves. We have to pay for electricity bill, then we have to pay for internet, and we have to pay phone bills and things like that. So what was on ground was no longer enough to cater for all those needs. So my wife luckily got a job.
Yes, and we mentioned that in the previous episode, how I got a job.
Yeah, she got a job, but she was being paid minimum wage.
Yes, at that time.
As at that time, it was what, I think $10.
$10.50 was what I started with.
Yeah, $10.
No, sorry. $10.75.
Around minimum. Let's say to be safe. Let's say around minimum wage.
Yeah, it was minimum wage at that time, or maybe $25 more than minimum wage at that time.
Like that.
But it was $10.75 per
hour.
Yes, per hour. And of course, by the time you bring my paycheck then was not more than 700 or 700 thereabouts bi-weekly.
So you get paid bi-weekly, which means you get paid twice in a month.
Yeah, but sometimes 3 times, depends on how the calendar falls, right? Yeah, but 26 times in a year anyways.
26 times in a year.
So I got paid like 700 and something, bi-weekly. So that's about 1,004 in the month roughly. Right? And then of course we had to
so by the time we used my funding to pay for the house rent
and
then we use some of our salary to pay for the bills and pay for all this. A number of times we were left with practically nothing. So we'll be looking for where to buy cheap things.
Yes, in fact we knew where to buy. There's this, there's one of my friends told me where I could buy eggs, cheaply. And to be honest,
and you get it cheaper on Saturdays.
Exactly, I get it cheaper on Saturdays and Sundays. Just so that we could maximize,
to survive.
Maximize the funds that we had. And of course, like if you're not telling you the story now, you wouldn't know, because it wasn't all over our face. In fact, I know I've shared this to a couple of people that are close to me. When I came, I told some people that I used to wear my husband's t-shirt.
Yeah, it was that.
My husband's t-shirt.
Was that bad? She has to wear my clothes to work.
My husband's t-shirt. I think the old truth actually is that, of course, I just came in from Nigeria and I had, I had the capacity of just 2 bags, right? And I thought it didn't make sense since I was relocating to Canada to then pack clothes, and I was of course going to get clothes. So I thought, okay, maybe food stuff would be more important.
At least.
So that's why. So that's just to give you context as to why I didn't have much. But of course, I brought some church. Of course, we just got married. You know what I brought? I brought ashofi and all those ashofi clothes that I don't even wear now, right? So I bought things that I could wear to church or for occasion, but not really for
but of course, if there was enough money, then
exactly, that was not exactly, that's the thing. So if we had enough money, Gucci. Like if we had enough, right, we could have just gone to the store to get more outfits. So that would not have even really mattered. But we didn't. That's to say, we didn't even have enough. So we're practically living from paycheck to paycheck. Then
savings,
exactly. So it was But so we're practically living from paycheck to paycheck, and and I think one of your other reasons, if I remember, is that. Because we just got married, so he was thinking that let's even spend some time together, because he was considering, going to look for a side also. And I was like, let's just still spend time. So after a while, because we're practically, we wait for the paycheck to come. When the paycheck comes, we already know that we are paying off. And I think, okay, maybe so I know the reason why it made it look really I think we had to pay. We're paying. I don't know what we would use the money for then. That made it really difficult. It shouldn't have been that tough.
Yes, at some point when I was going to Nigeria, I booked a ticket that was supposed to take me through the US. So by the time to go to my wedding in Nigeria, by the time I got to the airport that day was when they told me I needed
US transit
visa. So a friend of mine had to book a ticket for me at $2,000, which was more than my budget.
Yeah, because we had already planned for everything, wedding and all that. So we're not supposed to be living outside that. So that $2,000 was more. I think it was something that we now had to carve out.
Yeah, we had to.
Yeah, because it wasn't something we had planned for. So he forfeited the ticket he had booked before.
And because I couldn't travel through
that
US. So
we had to buy another ticket. So I think that was what actually put
a strain on
our finances.
And besides, the income was not
enough to capture it. Yes.
So that now added extra strain to the income.
Yeah, to the income.
So how did we survive?
Like look at it, like
how did we survive that?
I think the fact that we were just we cut our coat according to what we had. We were not there to impress anyone, right? So in fact there was only a time that we couldn't even afford to buy like turkey or something. We just live on
cheap
egg, egg, and then we'll survive for that week.
177 on Saturday.
And then we'll survive on it. But of course, the story changed. A few months, down the line when he got, a job, another job that was paying way more than what I was getting, and so
we got to a point we had to sit ourselves down. I was like, no, we can't continue like this.
Yes.
And of course, I could do. Student assistantship at MON as well to make more money, and in addition to that I had to add extra also.
And that extra also, yes.
I had to add extra also to my I had to double my also now. How can I be living from paycheck to paycheck?
That was
newly married guys and things like that. So it wasn't a sustainable life.
Exactly.
That is just the truth. It was not a sustainable life. So we had to put heads together and think of a way forward.
And we thank God that God blessed that that decision, and I think that's also, there's something about unity when couples are united, because the Bible says that one will chase 1,000 and two will chase 10,000. So if you come together to pray, whatever two of people agree together, God. So I think it was God's blessing, and from there and there, from there God just changed.
The story changed. The trajectory changed. From that moment. Like she said, there's power in you relying on God for things, and before that, we actually got to the end of ourselves, right? We got to a point whereby we needed God intervention.
Exactly.
We were like, God, you need to intervene. What is the way forward? We can't continue like this. How do you start making babies in that kind of situation?
Environment?
It's not sustainable, like I said earlier. So there's a point whereby you get to the end of yourself. You're tired of that kind of life. Then you call God into that situation, and God will show you what to do.
Exactly.
I mean, maybe another episode we talk about how that job even came, because what I was even looking for before wasn't
what. Yeah, God gave you something better.
Yeah, something better eventually.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So I think that's how everything changed, and
that's how it was at that point that we were thinking of buying a car.
Exactly. Exactly, because before then we were of course using the bus and walking.
You know, actually, I mean, I give you kudos to that. I mean, she used the bus system.
Yeah.
We have to wake up very early. I would walk out to the bus stop in the cold, and you know, oh man, I'm getting emotional.
But we thank God, like we really thank God, because I think it makes everything, you know,
beautiful at this time, and I mean, it's a beautiful experience that we had together. And the beauty of what we are doing today is that we can look at where we're coming from. It's not like I was made when she came into the picture, or she was made when I came into the picture. We're
growing together.
We grew together. We built everything together. So you get to the stage whereby nobody can say this person is, you know, is how do they say it? He's digging gold. Nobody is digging gold.
Nobody is digging gold anyway.
You know, I mean, in a way, God is blessing us with gold.
Yes.
But in that context,
we are digging God's gold.
God's gold. Yeah. But in that context, we built a lot of things together, and we are still building, and we continue to build. God helping us, you know. But it's important for us to say this, because a lot of people don't know. And the interesting part of this is that even out of nothing, we were still giving.
Yes, I think that's something.
A lot of people will still, you know, reach out to us and say, well, we need that, and we'll still try our best and put things together and still do whatever we can do.
And it's also important to mention that, like, it's never an excuse that you don't have for you to say you can't give because you don't have. You know, like it's If you have a heart of giving, and there's one thing about giving, God will continue to even bless you, right? Because givers don't lack, you know. So I just thought I should bring that up, because even out of nothing, then
a lot of people now, if they watch this video, they wouldn't believe that this was what we were passing through then. That we were still able to do a lot of things for them in that time. You know, so but in everything we give God thanks, because all glory still belongs to Him for giving us the grace to even survive it.
Exactly.
What we pass through is strong enough to break people.
Yeah.
You know,
like, because I left my job, right? So
she left her job just to come to me and to live in an apartment that is so rugged, and you have to hold the wall when you're walking down.
And then the pictures,
Hopefully we'll get some pictures from the archive and show you guys.
Show you. Yes.
And
the
eating system in that house is another story that I don't want to remember.
Exactly. Like practically we had to just put up the heater in all the rooms, and we just use one. So, and once we're coming into the room, we just come in quickly and run into that room. That place will be warm, you know. And then we have to put our legs on the baseboard
to warm up.
You know, while we are, and
I see, no be small.
but we thank God. But you know, of course, like. The reason why we are sharing this is, you know, to really get practical as regard to what our process has been. Yeah,
and for every success, there's a process.
There's a process, yes.
Yeah, and that eater, you put it on, you be as that thing is doing, your bill is going up. But we it's something we can laugh about now.
Yes.
It wasn't funny then.
It wasn't funny.
But the joy that we just got married was strong enough to cover up for that.
Exactly.
You know? And the fact that we love each other and things like that, you know. I'm sure I've mentioned it in one of the episodes we did, that there was a day we walked to the cinema like in the cold together and things like that. So surviving on small income is not you know, it's not always palatable.
I think it's important to budget with whatever you have.
Yeah.
You know, budget, of course, and we're still paying our tithe. And in fact, it's so funny because when I got this job, I think it was one of the things that, you know, I told God then that I was going to give God my very first fruit, and I still did that, you know. So that's just to say, I'm sharing this just so that I know some people, I know this is a very touchy subject that some people don't want to go to, but of course that doesn't negate my experience, right? This is my experience. I give first fruit of my increase. God blesses me with a new job. I give God, you know, my first income, and God blesses, right? So it's my experience, and some other people, you know, will tap into it, and then they would also be blessed by it, you know. So but it's important to know, if you have a low income right now, know that this is the least that you ever be. Trust God, believe in God, but what you have, budget together, you know, as a family, work together and spend within your means, you know. Don't owe on credit card, because that's also something else, you know, in this part of the world where you have credit. We could have, you know, been living on.
Thank you for watching this video. Kindly subscribe. Thank you.